What's up guys, welcome back to the Green Hulk Garage. Today we're going to be working on my RXP-X 325. I put 2.5 hours on the clock over the weekend. That's good enough for a break-in period for me. So I'm going to be pulling the ECU out and shipping it off to Riva Racing so they can do the speed limiter delete. Now Riva's going to be offering two services. You could either mail them your ECU to remove the speed limiter, or when it becomes available, you can use the Map Tuner Nano as a plug-and-play solution. You plug it in and it removes the speed limiter for you. The mail-in service is going to be a cheaper option for most people. That is available now and ready to go. Both a Map Tuner Nano that will function as a SCOM and the mail-in service to remove the speed limiter is available in the Green Hulk store. I will be putting a link in the description below so you guys can get that done to yours. Now doing this is pretty straightforward. We just have to remove the ECU, which is located in the front on top of the airbox right here, unplug it, send it off to Riva, they'll get it back to you the next day, and we'll be going to the water just to see how fast we can go on this by strictly removing the speed limiter and doing some impeller work. To do the speed limiter delete, we're also going to have to send in this DESS post. That's where your key would plug into. That has to be calibrated with the ECU when you do the speed limiter delete. And it's actually really easy to get this out. Just pop the hood, you got two screws right here. This will pop up. We'll be able to remove the DESS post and send that along with the ECU. This will just unscrew from here. Might be a little tight, might be beneficial to use some pliers or a screwdriver to help you get it off, but I was able to get this one. And then it comes out the back and we'll send this along with the ECU. That was pretty simple. It was just those 4 bolts and a clip to get the ECU off. The harness comes right off. We're going to mail this off, and the next time you see us, this will be back in the ski and we will be on the water and seeing just how fast this is going to go. We got the speed limiter off and we're at the water. We're going to do some baseline runs. This is bone stock other than the speed limiter delete, and I've got a feeling we're going to be all over the rev limiter, so we are going to need some pump work to bring that RPM down and get even more speed than that. But this is going to be what you can expect. Just bone stock, speed limiter removed. Then we're going back to the garage, swapping out some impellers. I got a few different ones I want to try, seeing just how fast this thing can go in the stock tune, bone stock engine, and just some pump work. About 65 degrees today. We do have some wind. It is coming from the side over there, over that levee, and we're going this way, so it should not affect us at all for speed. I'm going to get this warmed up, do a couple hole shots, and then we'll head back over to the garage. We were right at 8,300 RPM, and of course that's going to hold us back because we still have power left on the table and it's hitting the rev limiter. That's 80 miles per hour on the dash, so that's probably 78 point something GPS. We're going to go put a heavier impeller in this with a little bit more pitch, try to bring it down off that rev limiter and go even faster than this. I've got the stock impeller out, and you can see this is a 4-blade impeller. Riva recommends going with these 14-19 3 blades. So we're going to try this one out first, see how this one performs. But if you pay attention to anything that I've been doing, I really like the stock impellers on the RXPs. They perform extremely well, so I'm not going to give up on this one yet. I am going to add a little bit of pitch to this to help bring that RPM down and the speed up, and we'll see how well that performs against this 14-19. So we're going to stick this one in the ski first, come back, add pitch to this, and run this one more time just to see how fast we can get this ski up to. Impeller, we managed 81 on the dash, but you guys saw it at 8,300 RPM. That means we're still on the rev limiter, and I have to add even more pitch to this impeller. The 14-19 is a really heavy impeller. That would be way too much pitch for a 300. That just shows you how much more power this thing is making. I really don't think it's making 325 horsepower because it takes far more than 25 horsepower to be this much faster. So 81 on the dash is about 79 point something GPS. I'm going to add pitch to this impeller and now the stock impeller too, and see which one ends up being the fastest. Got 83 on the dash at only 8,100 RPM with a repitch 1419 impeller to a 1420. 8,100 RPM is probably just a little bit too low. We're right around that 200 RPM mark below the rev limiter, so that's actually going to work out. I am satisfied with that. Now 83 on the dash, that means we're about 80 to 81 mile per hour on GPS. I'm going to head back to the shop, put the factory repitched impeller back in the ski and see what it'll do with that impeller. That was just the repitched stock impeller, which I think the RPM was perfect. That was 8,200 RPM, rev limiters at 8,300. That's right in the sweet spot. It recorded 82 miles per hour on the dash. The repitch 1419 did 83 on the dash. So the 1419 repitch is definitely going to be the fastest impeller. And remember, we did 82 on the dash. I don't have my Garmin GPS, but I do have my phone GPS, which has proved to be very accurate compared to my Garmin. They're right there with each other. And you can see that's 80.0 mile per hour. So with the other one that did 83 on the dash, you can bet that was 81 miles per hour. Now we are out here, it is 67 degrees. I am wearing a hoodie because that's just a little cold for me. We're from the south and 67 degrees to me is absolutely freezing. There is zero current. I am not fooling anybody. We're on this big lake, so there's no moving water whatsoever. There's no wind, and if there was, this would not look like a sheet of glass. 83 miles per hour on the dash, 81 GPS, zero current, ideal weather, no fooling anyone here, just the speed limiter removed and a repitched Solas impeller for a bone stock ski. I mean, I don't think you can ask for much more than that. That's just absolutely incredible. There has never been a stock ski that has been this fast by just removing the speed limiter. So I've got to give it to Sea-Doo. Now we're going to put this back in the garage and we're going to start modifying it because, of course, 83 on the dash and 81 GPS, it's just never going to be enough for us. So be on the lookout for the next video. My Fuel Tech ECU showed up today. We're going to be installing that on this, seeing how fast it'll go with the tune, and we've got plenty of mods coming for this. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.